Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aleeya Sofiya. I want to introduce about our assignment as 205. The introduction is Abibas Enterprise is a company that specializes in selling handbag to customers of different ages, especially to young adult aged to 20 to 30 years old. This company is located in lot 765 Bandar Tasik Raja, Pasir Mas, Kelantan. This is strategic location as it has growing population and active commercial activity. This will help the sales of handbag and reach more potential customer. We also choose handbag as our main product as they are high in demand and are widely used in daily life. In addition, handbags are easy to store and display at the shop. This will reduce operating costs and increases the profitability for business effectively. In this report, we will include adjusted trial balance, income statement, statement of change in equity, balance sheet, vertical analysis, ratio and cost volume profit analysis to assess the company performance easily.
So now we will move to the adjusted trial balance. So as we can see here, there is transaction and adjustment. The transaction is required for putting the amount. The transaction is what happening in the trial balance. So all of that will be put into the trial balance, and also below here is the adjustment. The adjustment is all that's happening that need to be put into the adjusted entry. So we use our accounting knowledge to decide what amount that we should put, and also which side, debit or credit. So the next is we use for if function for adjusting trial balance. So as we can see here, for example, purchases for the debit side first, we need to use if function if trial balance, the debit side of trial balance plus debit side of adjusting entries is more than credit side of trial balance and credit side of adjusting entries, then we need to put the total amount of debit side. But if not, we put 0. The same thing will be is happening for credit. If the credit side for trial balance, the total of trial balance and credit side of adjusting entries is more than the total debit, then we need to put amount. But if not, 0. So all of this we will drag down the formula from the top to the bottom, because for each column, because each of them is the same. So just drag it down, and then in below we can see that we use the sum, equal sum, and drag all of our required amount. In here we can see that B6 to B41, so we will get 759,000. The same thing happening for the below, so we just drag it horizontally.
Okay, my name is Nur Ainsyah Safiya, and I will show to you about the income statement of Abibas Enterprise. First, we get the value of this from the adjusted trial balance that we have done here, and then the net sales, the value of net sales, we get it using the sum formula to add the value from E4 to E7, and then same goes to here. We get the value of gross profit from adding this value and then this value, and then the net profit here we get it from adding the value of E25 and E32 to get the value of the net profit.
For the statement of equity of Abibas, we get it the value here, the capital, and then all of this from the adjusted trial balance, and then the value of capital as at 31 December 2026, we get it from using the sum formula, adding the C39 and C40. Okay, now is SOFP or balance sheet for the Abibas enterprise. Okay, for the non-current asset, we get the carrying value here by using the formula C7 minus by D7, and then we get this value, and then for the total non-current asset here, we using the formula sum to adding the value from E7 to E11, and then same for the total asset, we add the value of E12 and E2022. And then for the total liabilities here, we get it from adding the value of D28 here and plus D35 here to get this value here. And then the total net asset, we get it from plus the E23 and E36 to get this value.
Okay, so I want to present about Abibas Enterprise vertical analysis of comparative statement of profit or loss as at 31 December 2026. We use the formula for the sales RM, SOPL and SOE, E8, and for the percentage, we also use the formula which is J5 slash $J$5, and we can just drag it until the bottom to get the answer for all of this. So for the gross profit, the answer is 75/100, and for the percentage is 43.07 43.107, and for the total expenses is 79720 ringgit, and for the percentage is 45.66. And lastly, the net profit is 355, and for the percentage is 0.20%. So that's all from me.
Okay, now I want to profit with ratio analysis. The first one is profitability ratio. Okay, how to get the gross profit ratio? We get it using the formula gross profit divided by sales. Okay, the answer we get here by divide the E20 and the E8. So we get the answer. And then the second one is the net profit ratio. We use the formula net profit divided by sales, and then we get this answer E33 and then E8 divided by E8. Okay, for the liquidity ratio, the first one is current ratio. Current ratio, we get it from using the formula current asset divided by the current liabilities, and then we get this answer. As you can see, E2022 divided by D35. For the quick ratio, we use the formula bracket current asset divided by minus prepayment bracket divided by current liabilities, and we get this answer. And then this one is the formula. For the efficiency ratio, first the inventory turnover. We use the formula cost of goods sold divide by average inventory, and then we get this answer here by E19 divided by L41. Okay, the last one is efficiency ratio. How to get the inventory turnover? As you can see the formula here, we use cost of goods sold divide by average inventory, and then we get this answer 3.23 times by E19 divided by L41. And then for average collection period, we use account receivable divide by credit sales multiply by 365 days, and then we get this answer by the as you can see D60 divide by E8 and multiply by 365. Okay.
For following data related to cost of universal enterprise, which is selling price is 18 ringgit per unit, variable cost is 40 ringgit per unit, and the total fixed cost is 18,000. Number of unit is increased by 0 until 2,400, and the fixed cost of 18,000 is used in every stage of unit. On unit 2000, we got the BEP. For the remainder, we got profit. From the data of CVP worksheet, we can get profit or loss, which is total sales equal to total cost. It also achieves BEP point when it's 0. As we can see, profit or loss that achieve BEP point is when the minimum of the production is 1,600 and the unit of break-even point is 2,000. From the data, we can make a graph for cost, volume, profit for case. Our handbag start with a selling price of 18 ringgit, a variable cost of 40 ringgit, and a fixed cost of 18,000 ringgit. When we perform the what-if analysis, we can see that increasing the price from 10% to 15% change our selling price from 88 ringgit to 120 ringgit. Specifically, looking at the table from 10%, selling 0 units give us a loss of 18,000 ringgit, but our losses decrease as sales go up. We finally break even and make a profit of 16,000 ringgit at 2,000 units, which increases to 35,200 ringgit if we manage to sell 2,400 units. This clearly shows how higher price help us achieve profit much faster.